Friend, when the world is going left, it is the perfect time for you to get your life right. Today, I really want to talk to you about how you create peace in chaos, how you take whatever is going on the news and turn it off for a second so that you can tune in and really gain clarity to see how you need to move forward. Friend, I get it. We've got a looming war. We've got tons of fighting going on. Markets are crashing. Systems are falling down. Hell, there's probably a fire burning somewhere. And with access to all this information, it can be so overwhelming to just exist for the day. Coupled with just the regular, normal, everyday life things that we're experiencing, this is a lot. But what do you do with all this energy? What do you do when the world is going left? That is the moment where you decide to do what's right for you. Now, I am not saying that you have to ignore the world, but what I am saying is that if you can't change it, you can't worry about it. Like, personally, I cannot stop the war. There is nothing I can do about oil prices. I can't save all the kids. I just literally can't. I can be aware of what's going on. I can share what's going on, and I can tune it out so that I can really tap into my experience in my life. And as a millennial, we've been trying to fight everything, everything, and it is freaking exhausting. Let me give you 2 examples of the times where I have created peace in the midst of chaos. The first one was back in high school. I was into my sophomore year when I started experiencing homelessness, and it lasted for literally the next 3 years. And I moved 11 places in 3 years. It was that insane. And as a teenager and the oldest child, I really took on a major responsible role helping my family navigate during that season. In the midst of us moving, losing things, gaining things, not really having a strong foundation and a sense of security, I ended up applying to 30 colleges and universities outside of the state of New York because I was 100% convinced that I was not staying in the state. I just felt like New York had cooties at the time. So I applied to all of these colleges and universities, and I got accepted into 22. And I received funding and scholarship money to go to every school that I got accepted to. Would I have had the same tenacity to go after college with such zest? I don't know. But there's something about having your sense of security and your foundation literally shaky that I was so clear that I just needed stability. I knew that I just needed peace, and I was so passionate and so determined to get it that I was like, I am going away and I'm gonna make it. And make it I did. I ended up going to Howard University and graduated from the Howard University's business school. And it was such an amazing feat because it wasn't just about getting through college. It was about getting to college. It was about all the things that led up to me getting to Howard that made getting through it even better. Like, not only did I experience homelessness, we also were robbed at gunpoint in our home and tied up, which to this day is one of those experiences that I think my mind kind of blocks out, because what? It was such a freaky day. And we experienced a lot of loss during that time. It was just really rocky in high school, and I could have succumbed to the chaos. I could have just stopped and let life happen to me. But in the midst of all that I was going through, I found peace in building what was next for my life. The next time this happened was when the pandemic happened. Like, I know that was such a chaotic time for everyone. We were all kind of just spinning. The shutdown in the US came about March 13th. And the reason that I'm so clear on this date was because my grandma went into hospice on the 7th of March. And by the 10th, I had to leave Florida, leave her side, because Florida was closing down its flights and I was not getting stuck in Florida. So I left on the 10th and she passed away on the 17th. And I just remember how hard that was because the world was already doing weird, we didn't know what was going on. At the time, we just knew that there was this this outbreak and people were dying and flights were, and countries were not letting, it was going insane. And losing someone so close to me did not make it any easier. I was getting my MBA at the time, and I started failing miserably. I was failing all of my classes. I just didn't have the space or the capacity. And coming from like a life learner, that was really, really tough to deal with. I had never failed so terribly in my life. And luckily my professors understood, and I was able to kind of let them know what was going on personally with me, and they gave me grace. But it was a really hard semester. And then it ended up being a really tough few years, right? Because we didn't come out of quarantine for a good bit. But in the midst of that chaos, I built a successful candle business called My Tribe Essentials, and it sustained me for years, being able to provide a sense of peace in the form of candles for everyone who was experiencing some of what I was. I was able to bring clean scents, to bring an experience, to bring a product that people really enjoyed into their lives, into their homes. And it turned out to be a really lucrative business, and it brought me a lot of joy and a lot of opportunity for me to get out and meet people that I would not have had if I didn't find peace in the midst of the chaos. And so here we are again. It's 2026. I know that you've got a laundry list of things to worry about. You might have kids, you might have a job or not. You know, you've got a partner, you've got family, our parents are getting older. I mean, there is just, the to-do list is extensive nowadays. But if you find yourself adding on the world's problems to your to-do list, I just want you to take a step back real quick. Because worrying about the world as it's happening does not support you in making your life happen. The thing that supports you in making your life happen is being still enough to create peace for yourself. And I also understand that sometimes we can't create the peace in the environment that feels like chaos. Sometimes we can't find peace in our own home. We can't find it at work. We can't find it in the country that we live in. And it's hard. You know, it's really challenging to feel like you just want to stop and the world just won't let you. I know, I get it. I have been there many, many times. The thing that I have lived by, and to this day, I will ride for this, is creating a grounding environment for yourself. If you are in your house right now and you're like, I don't have a space where I feel grounded, I want you to do this. I want you to get a pillow or a mat or even a blanket and roll it up. I want you to put it in a corner that's like where a wall is. And I just want you to sit there and be still. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you. All right, friends. So on the wall, I got my little seat. But like I said, you can get a mat and roll it up, or you can get a pillow and sit on that. And you are just going to park it here. You can do your feet flat on the floor, hands on your knees, hands on your thighs, or you can sit cross-legged with your hands on your knees or your thighs, whatever feels good, or even just cupped in the middle, all right, like that. And you have your back on the wall, and you just want to picture yourself being held by the wall, by the ground, by the earth. And when you're here, you'll just take a few breaths. Just start with singular breaths, just focusing and paying attention to your breathing. And I don't know how long it takes when you're sitting here. It might feel good to be here for a minute. It might feel good to be here for 30 seconds, but sometimes it feels good to be here for 30 freaking minutes. And you should take all the time that you need to feel grounded and safe in yourself. So I just wanted to show you that little practice because I think it's important to remember in these times to ground ourselves as often as we can. Try to do this to start your day, or at least once a day not whenever you find the time, but when you make the time. And see if it changes how you feel about being safe in your body. Because the goal is that when life is chaotic, at least you know within yourself, you are safe. So yeah, friend, a few minutes in a corner with your back supported against the wall, with your feet on the ground or your legs in a cross position, focusing on your breath will help you ground yourself in that moment. And I know that if this is a new practice for you, you probably won't remember to do it often. But as often as you feel like the world is spinning and out of control, that is as often as I want you to come back to this practice of grounding yourself. If it's warm where you live and you can do it outside, even better. But if not, just as I showed you, just take some time for yourself to ground yourself, and it will literally help you to come back to your body, come back to your mind, and not let the world take you away. I also want to offer this for you because I am creating a once in a lifetime experience for people to pause the world for 7 days. I am hosting my Glow Forward retreat in Thailand. And for 7 days, we will find peace beyond understanding. I don't have a full agenda of activities. I know Thailand has a lot to offer and we will experience some of those things, but I am talking stillness, I'm talking serenity, I'm talking massages, I'm talking like workshops that ground you, breath work and meditation, good food and great laughs. For 7 days, you get to turn the world off. Not just your TV, not just your phone, but the world. This retreat is not for everybody. I get that. Some people need the edge of the news. Some people need to constantly be in this hyper aware world that we live in right now. But for people who don't want that, for someone who wants to learn how to let all of that fly by them because they get too consumed and too anxious about the world, I'm inviting you to join us in Thailand. In July, we are going to pause life. We are going to shift our mindsets and we're going to pivot to create the peace that you can find whether the world is going left or right. Friend, the world is going to do what it's going to do, regardless of your goals, regardless of your vision board, regardless of your plans for the future. That is a part of life. I think we all learned that after 2020. What you can do for yourself is learn how to live a truly fulfilling life regardless of what's going on around you. That's something that we're not really taught how to do. How do you sustain peace and joy and fulfillment even in the midst of chaos? If it's something that you struggle with and you want to learn how to really own the essence of your life, whether you are up or down, I'm inviting you to Thailand. I want to leave you with this. I know how important it is for you to be aware of what's going on in the world. I also see the importance of it. But we live in an age where we are inundated with so much information that it has become toxic. There is so much pulling at your energy that you may not notice how draining it is. I'm charging you with the responsibility of getting yourself back together. I'm charging you with the responsibility of regaining your authority. I am asking you, no, I'm calling on you to step up in this season of uncertainty and make certain that you are going to continue to live the greatest life that you can live because you only get this one. And I'm not asking you to ignore things, but I am offering you the opportunity to learn how to take your energy back, how to call it back to you, and use it to build the life that you have always seen for yourself. Because whether it's a pandemic, whether you are experiencing homelessness or job loss, whether your whole house is going insane, you deserve to live a beautiful life. You deserve to be at peace more than you are in the midst of chaos. And you deserve to be supported through that entire experience. So yeah, I would say I'm pretty great at learning how to find peace in the midst of anything. I am really well versed in being grounded when life isn't shaky. I have learned the skills that it takes to find joy in darkness. I've become really world-class at creating joy when life is tumultuous. And now I'm offering you the chance to learn how to do it too. If this episode has resonated with you, and if it seems like you can't figure out how to keep your head on straight because life is literally turning you upside down, I just want you to pause for a second and remember that you are not here by yourself. I've got your back, friend. And I'll see you in Thailand in July because you deserve at least 7 days to turn the world off and let somebody take care of you. This is day 44, and yeah, stay tuned for more. I'll see you tomorrow for day 45. Peace.